Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube, to my summary of the 3 most interesting mobile games of the week. Now, before we dive in, if you would like more mobile gaming content, then be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. And with that said, let's just see what sort of games we've got today. There's a very unique indie puzzle game where we have to undo a jigsaw-like puzzle, which is a really fun game. There's an early access version of the brand new Crash Bandicoot runner by King, which I know a lot of you are really excited to learn more about, and a fun fantasy-themed simulation idle game where we manage a fantasy RPG-like shop and we have to serve customers with weapons and potions and basically everything in between. And let's just start with the puzzle game, because even though I'm not the hugest puzzle fan myself, oftentimes I'm just not good enough to actually solve them, this one really interested me. It's a game called UnpuzzleR, and it's a unique casual puzzle game where our objective is to undo a jigsaw-like puzzle one piece at a time. So each puzzle piece has an arrow that indicates the direction it will attempt to move once we click that piece, and if nothing is blocking the piece, it flies away and is removed from the puzzle. The difficulty of this game is very nicely balanced, and since we can skip levels, there's no way to truly get stuck in any of this game's 250 levels. There are also no annoying tutorials or introductions to the 15 different puzzle pieces. Instead, we simply get to learn as we play, which is rare for a mobile game, and it's something I really enjoyed about this game. The minimalistic art style features a dark mode for playing in bed or in other dimly lit rooms, and with no time limits or scores, the gameplay experience is stress-free and very casual, while still providing a very challenging experience, especially in the later levels where you have these 15 different puzzle piece types and you have to remember what they each do. Now, monetization happens through forced ads between levels and incentivized ads for additional hints or to skip a level. These advertisements can be removed through a one-time $1.99 in-app purchase on iOS, and surprisingly, a $4.99 in-app purchase on Android that also unlocks all 250 levels and allows us to make unlimited mistakes per level. The game is offline playable, it takes up only 43 MB of space, it's available on both Android and iOS, and it's one of my personal favorite puzzle games, and one that I would argue is a must-play that you're almost guaranteed to love if you enjoy relaxing puzzle games. Next up, we've got this early access title that I know quite a few of you have been waiting for, Crash Bandicoot On The Run, which is a level-based runner set in the, surprise surprise, Crash Bandicoot universe that, to my big surprise, is being developed and published by Candy Crush developer King. Now, the game is still in early access with a full launch across Android and iOS planned for spring 2021, so this is an early access review/preview of the game. But true to the original Crash Bandicoot game, the art style is colorful and vibrant, as you guys can see, with most scenery even drawing very heavy inspiration from the original game. Also, like in the original, we must blow up TNT boxes, collect apples, and spin to tackle enemies. Unlike most other runners, we even have checkpoints from which we can start when we die, a very welcomed addition, I might add, since this game is surprisingly challenging. Now, as we play, we collect resources used to craft potions as well that are required to play and progress in the campaign levels. And if we run out of resources, we must play special resource levels to gather more of them or participate in the asynchronous multiplayer runs. After completing enough levels and ultimately defeating the boss, we then progress to the next campaign area and repeat that same gameplay loop. Now, I have to also give some credit to the level design in this game, which, with its secret areas and roads that split into two where we have to decide do we want to go left or right, creates a more interesting gameplay experience than that found in most forward runners where we just continue running forward forever. Crash Bandicoot On The Run is not currently monetized in any way whatsoever, which makes it a great experience for those who can access it. The game is, surprisingly by the way, offline playable. It takes up 950 MB of space. It's in early access in a very few countries on both Android and iOS, and while it is ultimately just a runner game, it is a very polished runner, and one that may give old school Crash Bandicoot fans a true nostalgia trip. So if that's you, it's worth taking for a spin as soon as you can access this game. And then we've got a game for all the fantasy RPG fans like myself, huge fantasy fan, huge RPG fan. Shop Titans is a fantasy RPG themed idle simulation game about designing, personalizing, and managing a shop that crafts and sells all the weapons and equipment that fantasy heroes may need. So we're not playing as the adventurers or as the heroes themselves, we're playing as the shopkeeper in this game. Now, adventurers then flock to our shop asking for specific items, which we can craft and sell to earn gold used to upgrade upgrade our shop or invest in workers that will automatically collect the resources we need to craft these items. The rarer the item is though, the longer it actually takes to craft, which is where the idle part comes in. We can also equip crafted loot on our own heroes before sending them out on idle quests to gather unique resources used to craft even more powerful equipment. We can also haggle and negotiate with our customers, we can join a guild, we can customize the look of our shop, and we can even buy and sell resources and items to and from other players on the marketplace, all of which ensures that there's plenty to do in this game despite the otherwise idle gameplay experience. Progression is relatively slow though if we don't pay to progress faster, and there's even a $10 monthly subscription in addition to the expensive in-app purchases for premium currency. And this might ruin the otherwise fun gameplay experience for some players, unfortunately. The game requires online access, it takes up 671 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and despite this monetization system, I would argue that this game can still be enjoyed as a casual idle experience, and it is worth checking out for fans of idle RPGs. I would just strongly recommend that you stay away from the in-app purchases. So, thanks for watching, let me know if you know of a mobile game I should check out next week, and be sure to subscribe for more mobile gaming goodness, and then, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.